Black, I don't know. Well, like 4 colors though. I want to do like, we've done all the 5 color paintings. So now we've got several that are like 4 color options. I think there's 3 of each 4 color options. So that's going to be like 60 paintings. Those are the ones that we should be dabbling in. Wouldn't the math work out that way? So you have 4. How many different combinations of 4 are there when you have 5? My math could be way off. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, my math's way off. 15. So 15 combinations, because there's only 3 results whenever you mix 4 colors. So 15 of those. But then when you get to the 3 color ones, there's 6. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 36. There's 36 paintings that are 3 colors. And then there are oh no, there's more than 36 because I didn't move the black at all. Yeah, so I'll do the math later. But there's some pretty cool options if you combine 3. Most of the 2 color ones are the same 9 paintings just with those 2 colors. If that makes sense. But then when you start combining 3, Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, Long Secret Gone. Maybe there's some clues in here too. Alm, the Call, the Wonder, Ice Cave, Fingers, Blaze, Gold, Starry Night, Marble, Victory, Doubt, Defeat, Mountains, Behold, Times, the Leaf, the Abyss. Ooh, I kind of like how the Abyss looks. Do that one. And Little Odd, what'd you say? Black, red, yellow, white. We can try that out. Scribbles. ASMR scribbling. Cool. Yeah, let's try that color. Black, red, yellow, white. That's the first 4. So that's the poem, the fall, and the throne. The throne is his chair. What do you think? Which one of these 3 is the coolest? Yeah, we still have a day and 13 hours left. Fairly confident that the one book's not going to knock that out. I like the fall too. That's the one that I would have gone for. So, good choice. We'll get the painting of the horse head and just hang it right next to the horse head. So we'll redistribute these a little later. I don't feel like we're going to have a good option to like hang them in cool looking places. We're just going to have to eventually like cram them in if we keep adding to them. Oh, also our fire burned out. All right, the fall. Come on, come on. It's like it's not grabbed like it's supposed to. That's certainly weird. We still have the hand, but it's kind of glitched. Can't right click. make him draw either. So we're going to exit the game and we're going to come back in. VHS Lord of the Rings. The director's cut. That would definitely pass some time for our shade friend. Out of options-ish, yeah. Aside from waiting. Our option is still to wait if our intuition is correct about the mushroom growing. He has had enough. He just decided to burst. Time seems to go by so much faster when you're living a comfortable life. Grab it. There we go. We have 0 pieces of paper, so we can't draw these things. Okay, so let's check out what book we got. And you don't need the fire when you're reading the book, because it just burns your fire out faster. It doesn't actually give you a multiplier on the amount of time that your book burns off, so we might as well just read it without the fire. We got Monte Cristo 2. We already had Monte Cristo 1. It's 630, which is not too shabby. That's probably going to burn off, what, 5 hours? Maybe a little bit more than that. But we're still not even going to make it to day 99. We'll be under 300 the next time we stream. Unless I get like some weird wild hair and stream tomorrow. But I can't make any promises about that. That all depends on work and personal plans, so. Anytime I do a bonus stream though, I try to give a notice earlier that day on Twitter, so if you follow me there, you can get some updates there too. I mean, if you're able to scan these pages like Lieutenant Commander Data, then you can pick up all of the Count of Monte Cristo in a matter of minutes. You know, I was thinking that we wouldn't get down to the 100th day, and I was right. We got very close. We are very close. But at this rate, it would still take us like more than a half hour of sitting here and playing music in order to do that. Alrighty, yeah, no, good timing. So I'm about to take a 5-minute break. We're going to set the shade down and we will rejoin him. Well, I did say we'd do the sulfur, right? So I'm going to start a sulfur fire. I'm going to start him walking after the sulfur fire. I am going to go away for a few minutes to take a quick break. And when I get back, we'll see where he walked to, and then we'll end the longing, but not literally. And we'll switch over to the next game. So let's make a smelly fire. What a horrible smell. I need to get out of here. And there he goes. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining the longing. I'll be back with some Factorio in just a few minutes. Ta-ta for now. Ooh. Not very often that I just turn the camera off and let the game keep going in the background. I used to use that for intros, it actually worked pretty well for City Skylines intros. Quite a bit of spam there in the chat, little odd. Sorry to keep you alone in your own thoughts. We're not going to click. We're not going to click anything. We're just allowing him to walk to the first place that came to mind when the sulfur fire drove him out of his room. Just allowed to walk. He might go up to where the mushroom is. Like it's pretty far. He might just stop in the middle of a room. In which case then that confirms that even the sulfur fire is not a way to get a clue. If he goes to the local Burger King, I'm gonna need him to pick me up a number 3 and bring it back. I can wait. I'll be here. That path in the background. Sound of coal. I heard it. I didn't see anything. I feel like I've heard that before. I want to interrupt him and make him walk back over that spot. We'll try that later, I guess. But can interrupt him. See, it's a little louder than what that coal sounded like. It's like walking over a certain spot in that room makes a sound. He did talk about paying attention to the sound of his footsteps. I remember that now. Oh, geez. Now we gotta go a little bit longer with this, because I gotta go back to that room then. It is time for some big brain shit. I've got to chill my brain, get a few more wrinkles in it, soak it. There we go. Get a few more wrinkles in my brain. Where's he going though? So I know there's like 3 different directions right now. Like he's already, well, no, he's past the mines. There's not much more that he could do up here unless there's something that we missed. He's going up. It's an interesting choice. If he really did have a random selection of places to go, this would be an interestingly convenient direction, considering that there's not much else that we should be able to do back in the original area, right? You would think. Dude, no, don't go there. There are people being pretty, having a hard time because, people even joking around like that. It is weird how the camera pans up there too. It's like, you know, we can go up there. I feel like I called it earlier when I said he's gonna walk all the way up to the mushroom. Watch him walk up there and it's just the mushroom. Like, we burned off what? Did we burn off a whole day with the book? No. Right, like more than 12 hours though. Half a day. We started at 302 or 301? I don't remember. I think it was just under 302. Okay, but all right. See where this takes us. I hate the feeling of it now that I have a clue with that sound that we heard. It finally dawned on me that section, this is where he walked to. Can finally breathe freely again. Okay, so there's nothing special that you can do here. All right, well, that confirms it for the sulfur. So now we're gonna head back down, and he will pass by the place that made a sound on the way down. Mirrors of Brave. This is a game called The Longing. It is an exercise in patience. It is a very slow game. When you first start playing, your character, the Shade, is told that he needs to wake up the king, who's in a long slumber for 400 days, and it starts a timer, which at first glance is a real timer for 400 days. And you could stop playing the game, come back in 400 days, and then the timer would be counting down, assumedly, and you probably get an end game when the timer hits 0. But there are ways you could speed up time if you decorate your home. You come out here, you walk around, you find secrets, you find furniture, you find things to build things in your home, and you make it more attractive. And the last time, I don't know what we'll end this stream with, what bonus we'll end it with, but the last time we were going at 9 times speed. So the last 4 days passed by. The last real life 4 days passed by, and it was 36 days later. Does that math work out? Yeah. 36 days later in game. And so we've probably streamed 6 times, maybe a little bit more, of The Longing. It's the cheese powder. But yeah, no, you can't be impatient with this game at all. You can't expect any immediate gratification. Yeah. And that's the most we've burned off in between. Like, we burn off even more in between every time. So I don't know how many more. It's kind of an exponential growth in a way. And yeah, so it's kind of an exercise for me in streaming too, because when you stream something with action, you stream something with obvious things to talk about, and there are things to talk about in this game, but you know, things are just flying at you. You have a lot to talk about. So this is kind of an exercise for me in also connecting with chat and you know, finding more to talk about than just, you know, things flashing in front of us when we have some time to spend together. And this one takes a little while. What's our playtime? Let's see. 22 hours. We have played The Longing for 22 hours, but we originally played it like the day or the day after it was released. And And you could multitask. It is kind of a oh, what are those mobile games called? I mentioned it at one point. And I was trying to Google the release date. It was the 8th? No. Something else. It's a launch trailer. The launch trailer came out on March the 5th, so it was around the beginning of March. You could. I mean, you could totally multitask and start something in motion. At the beginning of the game, you find things and he's like, oh, this is going to take a week. Or this is going to take a month to fill up with water before I can swim across. And you either wait 30 days or you pass the time. It hasn't been 30 days since we started playing. Like the game, like I said, the game came out 3 weeks ago. And we've streamed it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 6 times. Thanks, Little Odd, but you don't have to copy and paste offhand bot stuff. Everyone else can see it. Okay, so here's the room. Listen. I feel like we heard something when he was passing by one of these. It also could have been only in the other direction. Well, I don't want to have to stop you. Like, I don't want to have to, like, time you out or do a ban or something. Like, you know, I'd rather you be able to stick around. But, you know, just, you know, chill out just a little bit because we don't want to make other chat members uncomfortable and not want to talk. Too much randomness weirds people out. So there's coal there. Oh, I've been there. As far as not being able to sleep at midnight. Not lately, though. So we're hearing the coal fall, but there was a really loud sound. You know, I was thinking about it, but I've been really enjoying it in my off time. One sec. There, that sound. Right here, what is that? I want to pace back and forth here for a sec, but I'm wondering if we're like slowly crumbling something away. Let's just keep pacing back and forth. Oh, little lag spike. But yeah, no, I've been enjoying it in my off time, and while it would be kind of fun to stream, I feel like the experience would be the same nearly every time. In that it would always be between like the same 2 hours in the evening or something that I would be streaming it. So, and part of the fun of Animal Crossing is playing it during different times of day and stuff, and I don't really have the flexibility to stream during those different times of day. Yeah. Do like one step at a time. Like sometimes you can hear it and sometimes you can't. And I feel like it's always when we're walking over like this area. When we do hear it. Unless that's a coincidence. And when the coal falls, it's not the same. It's a much lower sound when the coal falls. I feel like that might have been the coal. So strange. There are other examples. Yeah, that. There are other examples of places where if you stand there for long enough it crumbles, or well, I guess there's just the one example in the mines that did that, but I feel like we're hearing it. I feel like we just heard it and we didn't move, so I'm gonna keep standing on this step for a minute. It might be timed, but now I feel like we're hearing it regularly just by standing here. Of course, I just said that and then it disappeared. That's what I'm thinking. Like, the other path is also a good, like, it gives me a good feeling of a clue that there's something else to do here, because there was another room with a path in the background and you could find a side exit to a nearby staircase to get onto that path. And so we've passed by here a few times and I've thought to myself, okay, this path in the background, there's got to be something to it, but we've checked these edges. Couldn't really find anything. I don't think we're like flipping a switch or anything. The thing is, like, we don't have the command to use Matic. I can right click and nothing happens. Sometimes you don't hear it when you walk by, but I feel like you're always on this step when you do hear it. And we could walk kind of off the edge here, but then there's no exit here. Right, so, I mean, let me walk down here for a sec. No, I just heard it again, and we're here. Is this a puzzle? What if we turn around every time we hear it? It's a crazy idea, but... See? Didn't hear it up here that time. It does seem like when you're walking up it makes it, but it's not every time you're walking up either. I just want to listen to these others as well. That lower sound was just the coal. All right, back up here. feel like we're onto something. Now I don't want to switch games. I want to figure this out. If anybody tuned in for Factorio, I apologize. We're putting it on hold for right now. What could it mean that walking up? The hell was that? It's super loud. Something's going on in this room. Guess we still head up then. But it made that sound here. So far we're hearing the noise halfway up here and here. And I don't know if it just made a sound here or not. It would be hilarious if the secret is that you just have to keep pacing here for a long time. So listening, like I feel like there's a puzzle. And the fact that the sound was at the top and then it was slightly down, I feel like maybe there's something about the steps. I could be way off base. Also, it's hilarious that you can walk so far off the edge here. What is the puzzle? I could turn off the music. See, it now it made the sound here. So let's turn around. Let's turn off the music. Make sure it's not a part of the music. I like the music. Yeah. We'll try to notice when the coal falls too, because, hey bud, I'm trying to listen. Come on, go with mama. Mama's gonna take you. She'll cuddle you in the other room. Aw. Okay, let's listen. I'll turn up the sound for chat too. I feel like I can hear like a cave noise rumbling too. Definitely makes a sound right here. But what makes the step right here in the middle make a sound sometimes and not others? Like my first thought went to like a combination lock where you have to like pass by the number and then come back. And And I wish the coal wasn't falling from the ceiling, because that makes it harder to hear. The most intently I've listened to anything in a long time. Okay. Does it mean? What does the sound mean? At least the distinct sounds are quite a bit louder. And I don't think we've heard anything down here yet. Like, I keep coming down here just in case. Oh, no. Gotta be a combination lock. So like 4 down here, but sometimes this goes off when we're walking up. If it makes a sound this time, let's just keep walking up. I am told him to keep going. That time it didn't. What are we missing? There was a clue at one point that I had forgotten about completely where he did say I have to listen to my footsteps. It might not be here, but it is very specifically happening in certain places when it happens. It could also be not nearly as complex as I'm thinking that it is. Like at first, my first thought was, oh, it's just like a weak step, right? And then you just stand on it for a while, like you do in the mine to make the floor break. So that happened when I was standing here in the corner. But now go up? Maybe? Our only tools are to walk up and down. I wish there was more that we could try. That should make it more simple, though. There it goes again. Okay, walking down. Like, I can't tell if it's a crumbling sound or, like, could be a switch or something, but, like, what would it be opening? Like a door off to the side on one of these? And we've already tried walking over there. Let's just enjoy it together. We're all playing it together right now, so we're like killing several birds with one stone. Okay, we can't walk over here any further. Alright, well, I just want it to give me more. As I intently listen all the way up the stairs. Sometimes it happens here when we're going up. Sometimes it happens here when we're going down. What if you have to walk all the way down the stairs to reset it? It didn't do it that time. Let's walk out. No sound there walking down. Walk up. Driving me nuts. No sound. What makes the sound happen? I know there's a hidden staircase at one point off the side of another similar staircase to this one that does let you get to a background, but as much as I don't want to look up spoilers, this puzzle is a little beyond me right now. It's like escaping me.